Yep, I'm just laughing on the wayside as well with Saw's profile picture actually there. We got to get this guy a photo, but right now we got to get some frags up in here. 50 seconds on the clock. The B site, the inner site, starting to be overwhelmed by Vitality just a bit. They're not even focusing on going for a bomb plant just yet. They want to take these frags, and they are starting to do so. Saw has been the only one to fall on the flip side at the moment. Vitality need to start to answer back. Mezzi, good for a couple. But as the bomb goes down, it's 2 versus 2. And they are quite isolated at the moment. Sun Pius trying to draw aggro at the moment away from Mattis to come back on in to get some assistance. And now we flip it back up. It's just Sun Pius to try and win out this clutch. The bomb was tapped earlier, but Apex now confirmed he's off the bomb and he's just going to leap into the crosshairs. A big hug from Sun Pius as G2 do get the pistol.
Difficult task, head-to-head AWP here at Vines.
I was like, we're with the AWP.
Doesn't matter.
Be favorable in the fight against Sun Pius. Had an opportunity. Well, the problems really started to arise for G2 when their opponent's inferior did start to mount a couple of rifle rounds in a row, right? So they need to make sure that they are capable of doing so in this iteration. That's a good start to enter back in towards this round. Remember, Zaiwu was taken low early on. Bomb plant down. And position unchecked. Malbs starting to get activated into this one too on the board. We can't say the same for Mattis anymore. An opportunity still for Vitality to get in towards this one. No kit currently in possession, and the dance around the bomb site as well. Some damage being done by Saw. How much is he going to be able to get away with here at the moment? Just a little bit of a how you going as Heavy God will finalize, and that is the first rifle round. And you yourselves are looking, you know, 50-50. You're looking all right.
Well, Heavy God is just expecting more aggression, but he's just not too sure where it will come from. Either way, doesn't want to make sure, well, doesn't want to hand over his...
Oh, I have to say that. He's just going to get mag 7'd in the face. Meanwhile, Mattis on towards the site. Zaiwu trying to sit and be a bit of a stable rock in this round to try and get Vitality started here. Mezzi, opportunities with the scout as well. Time is not too worrisome just yet as the bomb plant attempted. There's no protection on it. Lucky for Saw that the reload had to come out for Zaiwu, or was he? Because Zaiwu is angry right now. Rops will get the final. A round that Vitality didn't have too much business in finding. They seal the deal.
Heavy God pretty much just rinse and repeating these last few rounds, just the same passage, the same early plays. Does see the shadow, but can't do anything about the fact that he's being aggressed.
There is a little bit of utility for G2 to get and execute in towards the site, but it has to get the shots coming on out. Mattis, good for the first on Apex. Saw, what are you going to be able to do right now? Because you're losing all of your team. You're the only one here, and you're not able to find anything either. A great stronghold on the B site for Vitality. There's already a bit of a bolstering up of Vitality. They should get the idea soon.
Well, Saw comes face to face with Rops. And Heavy God, well, I mean, didn't want to reveal his position, but also didn't get an opportunity for trade now. As they do find another on the entry to B. But the rotation's already swinging through, so this is difficult. The bomb's down on lower. It's out in the open. They've got to try and find their way through. Heavy God cannot capitalize. And Sun Pius is going to try and do his best, but he's low. It doesn't matter, actually. He's created enough space for himself.
Spotted him. 1 versus 1. Will be the 1 versus 3 as well, and Mezzi, he needs to try and find the right reposition. There's 10 seconds to go. Does Sun Pius still want to go for this fight, or does he focus on getting the bomb plant down? He might have the timing. He'll spot him out. He can get to a bit of safety, but he's going to go for the repick. No, he's going to have to focus on the bomb plant now. Mezzi can start to get a little bit closer, but it is the HP advantage for the G2 member right now. The angle, he tries to get the headshot line, but it's a bit better from Mezzi. There was an opportunity there for G2 to hold on to the lead, but now Vitality will tie. More of a forward position from Rops this time. Anticipated as well that there might be a bit of aggression this time in the brown holes. And you'd be kind of expecting that. The bait and switch play. AWP shot misses. Rops swings out. Takes a chunk of damage for it, but it is Vitality finding another stable opener.
The one-ups on Zaro, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Now he's on point. He's got to lead the team through. They actually don't have a player closely playing and overwatching it.
Well, one of them is going to get smoked off right now in towards this A side too. Mezzi will get some vision before the smoke blooms and actually saw your teammate has just taken you out. Not the way that you wanted this round to go for yourself. And, well, the rest of your team, they are going to start to fall like flies as well. Sun Pius, another opportunity in a 1 versus 3, but he's just going to get shut down before it even begins. Vitality take the lead. Someone like Zaiwu, if a shot is missed, but there's a little bit more backed up presence around the Vines pop if the potential was there. What can Malbs do? Close to that smoke to sleek on out, but it doesn't come into play now. Mezzi up for some numbers. Traded on through by Saw. He'll double his scoreline, and he'll take a rifle here as well.
Is not going to be possible. But right now with Heavy God's positioning as well, he is just running his default.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, there was a bit of awareness from Flamesy that it's going to be a possibility as well. And with 20 seconds to go, you need to start to see him get on in because the plant will have to be forced here by G2 if they have any opportunity to try and take this round. Finally, Heavy God comes in, gets one. But remember, Saw and Sun Pius were already noted where they are locked in. And hang on a second. They've managed to swindle a couple of kills here. The bomb denied. You have to go for the fight now, Rops. You got to run, and you'll spray Sun Pius down. It would have been a costly round if Vitality. And off yonder, Rops has already been pushed off position at the B site. It is the weaker space currently. If G2 could try and figure that out. Opener goes the way of Zaiwu as well. Another opener to Vitality.
Yeah. You've allowed him a lot of space to be activated and have a lot of impact in this match already. Apex finds another. Saw's not going to get any information, continuing to try and push through into small ladder.
Well, this is 9 openers so far for Vitality. I remember they started off 0 for 4 in this map, getting a lot of throwbacks towards G2, having a decent start and then really faltering when their opponents gets the guns in their hands. Mattis now, he does not find anything either. This one is looking worrisome again for G2. Do you call for the save or not going into the last round of this half? Try and force out a bomb plant. You already dropped onto the site. You'd have to come out with a pretty marvelous 2 versus 5 now.
Yeah, you kind of got to go for it. Your lost bonus is going to be there. You get the bomb plant, you'll be able to buy, but Heavy God's got a lot of work to do from his position. It's the shooting gallery. Oh. And he's drawn into a long spray. Query whether or not it was just a blind spray, like as he was crossing past the doorway. No, it was far more sinister.
Yeah, for sure. Last round of the half now, just playing on the back of that lost bonus, of course. G2, 7 rounds in a row that they have dropped. Now, finally, they get out into the A site rapid fast. A 1-on-1 trade, but they do get stopped as quick as it starts to get begun. Sandwich Smoke will eventually start to fade on through as Mezzi reveals himself as well. The AWP on a journey to have a huge wraparound for Zaiwu.
Mezzi able to find one. The trade is not going to come through quickly, but Malbs is looking. Cleaned up. They're not having any success heading outside now at the moment. G2, I feel as though the steam has run out of the engine. Unless Heavy God can do some heavy lifting, that is not going to be the case. They close things out with an 8-round streak. Vitality finishing the half strong. We'll be back with the second half after the break. Right now, it's Vitality that has the plan on the T side. Just waiting to see if any of these picks could be had across the map. Rops does go down early on to Heavy God on the inside, but yeah, just give him everything, man. Give him whatever he wants, whatever his demands are, just meet them.
It's a good flash, but there's nothing on the back of that for G2 either right now, and apparently we still just want to have a little tussle with Zaiwu, who's just absolutely destroying you one at a time. The P250 from downrange, hitting some belters. But as Mattis finds his way into a sneaky spot, will he find the way to get G2 back in towards this round? It is just the single player deficit as the bomb is trying to get in towards the outer A site. The trade at least is there. It's all on a Heavy God. Can he close the round as swiftly as he opened it? No overview on that bomb. The round is done. Vitality will be extending this lead, and it doesn't even look like he's going to get any exit frags on the tail end either.
No. He had to get a wriggle on too to get out of there. Otherwise, he would have died to that bomb radius. So he does manage to save through relatively little out of the round. And man, just you are witnessing greatness every time he touches.
Well, there's some smokes that go back out towards this A site right now as well to draw a little bit of attention still from G2. It's going to bring them for a little look in towards the B holes as well. Sunpire's good for one and Heavy God. Okay, now we start to cook a little bit, but we overlook the rafters. Not like this. ZywOo still ever so omnipotent in this map, putting up the numbers. But with 20 seconds to go, bomb just to get established now.
He's on form. Able to just rescue that potential round-ending moment. Now, Saw's got some good positioning, and it's just on timing now as to whether or not he can get Flamesy. He doesn't actually get past ZywOo, though. He's just gatekeeping this round, man.
He is absolutely doing everything. He might even be on for the full 5K. Oh, no, Flamesy has stolen it. Not like this. How many 4Ks have we had that just get stolen in Chengdu so far?
He's got a lot of work to do, hasn't he? His prison's not known just yet.
Good flash. In from the team. Heavy God good for one. Can't make it a double. And meanwhile, you blink and you miss all of the red in the kill feed. It is dripping with the blood of G2. That is Train at the moment. It's a absolute wreck, which has led into G2 pretty much dropping all of their utility. Another smoke over towards T-Con now, which is going to be inconsequential. Saw's going to see what he can do over there as Mattis gets a bit of an idea of where a pincer might be coming in towards. 20 seconds to go now. Vitality start to get activated in towards this outer yard. Rops will fell Malbs, who you just mentioned. Looking a little bit lost here in this one. Flamesy, definitely not. They're making sure they're cordoning off all of these angles and getting the trades, more importantly. Now just Heavy God to see if he can deny things here, but the answer's going to be no. 13 rounds in a row for Vitality to close this first map. Very, very commanding on Train. And then you add that caveat, of course, of Saw playing instead of Hunter. So we'll see if they can at least get off on the right foot on this CT side right now. An opening kill would be gorgeous if they can find it, but the answer is going to be no. And it might even just be an absolute resounding no on this round. 5 versus 2 already for Vitality as the bomb plant goes down.
On Train, and well, Zyra's just in going for more. He's not happy to let them save. So they're really going to go for the throat.
Yeah, no Kevlar to be held on here, unfortunately, but Mattis is giving it a good old crack at the noggins of the Vitality members. Is he going to be able to hold on to anything at the end? Well, actually, maybe so. There you go. 3 kills at the tail end, but the round will still go to Vitality anyways. This is a good roll of the dice for Vitality around the map with where they've wanted to end this one right now. We'll see what Saw can do to get on the board potentially. Oh, it looks a little bit atrocious. Somehow manages to get one in the piece though. The body shot bandit. Now there's a lot of damage delivered to these Vitality members. So as the bomb plant goes down, there's a very real opportunity that G2 can pick this round back up.
They are looking a little squishy and primed, ready for this retake.
Well, swing on out. It's a good trade to come on through. It's better from Mattis. This A1S being put to good use on a ZywOo. Mentioned it earlier. He was the one that was tagged up super early. First bit of damage delivered in this round, and he will deliver the last bit of damage as well.
Mac 10 on Flamesy though, so he might be looking to get rowdy.
Yeah, you were talking about the hyper-aggressiveness. I thought he was going to start to steamroll it in towards Connector and just insert himself there. But instead, it's going to be just a little bit of the mid-proceedings. As you do spot out Mattis, that's not going to be a favorable duel for you. You'll take a chunk of HP off him, though. Down to 12.
Just slow and steady. Vitality, those default set smokes as they just slowly progress their way up through short. Apex on point.
Oh, the information note.
Yeah, I was going to say, doesn't find Mattis. Mattis is the expert there and finds the timing.
Looking...
Sunpice does find Rops.
little bit disconnected here in this one from Vitality, and you got to remember as well that Heavy God has pushed all the way through Palace, so they knew that Vitality were not going to be tending back towards this A site, but
it'll be back to the drawing board. You're right. It was very disjointed in the way that they were playing that round. Going for individual peaks. Is he going to hold on to it? No.
ooh.
That's not good. That's going to be of no value.
You'd think that your smoke would go in towards mid window, wouldn't you? Apex is going to recognize now, of course, in his little expedition affair that that one has missed and maybe funnel himself in towards connector. A minute to go. And Vitality are going to set themselves up for an APOC. We're having a smooch in the smoke right now. Heavy God, I'm very surprised that you didn't start to shoot at them when you recognize that you can't move anymore. Orp on the line. Crossfire to a degree with Malbs as well. But Vitality not budging too much in towards the site. As I say that, Zaiwu getting decapitated very quickly. The bomb needs to look to get planted for Vitality now.
Yeah, Saw just seeing whether or not he can see anything through the smoke. He's going to be the first on point into the site, and hopefully the rest of G2 will be the ones to follow. They're kind of stuck here at the moment. They've got to fight their way out.
Ooh. Fight they will. Mezzi brings a bit of stability here for Vitality as well, and it's Sun Pius. They know that he's got this AWP in play, and this one just looks to be maybe a little bit too far gone for him. No utility for progression. No kit as well, and no real time on the clock to be able to pick this one back up. And unlucky for G2 getting those rotation numbers over towards the A site and trying to stall them out, but a couple of missteps in the situations as well. Try and get a free frag and gain some favorable advantage, but the awareness of Mezzi is absolutely there through the X-ray as well. Doesn't matter though when Sun Pius hits the shot.
Ready for it. And so that just triggers Vitality to send numbers down through mid, see if they can actually puncture hole in through connector. Just waiting for that smoke to come up. Block sight from Ticket. Now Malbs, he has a line on Apex, but
oh no. That is filthy from Apex. Should have gone the other way. You would assume the smoke will eventually start to fade, and Flamesy is going to be the distractor onto Heavy God. Mattis now as well, looking to lose his life, and now it's just Sun Pius. He opened up the round, but a 1 versus 4 is going to be a conclusion too far gone. The hunt. He's got the money that he'll be able to materialize a gun for his team, or maybe back for himself if they want to. AWP down. No pop flash attempts anymore either. It's just going to be these little dry duels that they can try to swindle this round back into. They do poise the A1S over towards this B site. Love to see the AWP be brought over here as well. Saw has just not even really been needed. Malbs and Sun Pius get activated. There's a very real opportunity here that this lesser buy can get the job done with the lion's share of the invested rifles. Just Flamesy now, and he can't get it done either. So there you have it. Malbs and Sun Pius going in with the guns.
They do have Malbs at the top of connector. He might actually have to face here, but if they're boosting Rops into the window, that might not be a problem.
Yeah, Sun Pius going to be first casualty. Find up onto Zaiwu. Apex falls as well. But little do you know that Rops has snuck his way into jungle, and the favor is back into the fortunes of a Vitality. Saw and Heavy God, who's picked up the AWP in towards this round as well now. But there's a minute to go, and there's a bit of question marks being thrown around the map as well. You're not sure if anyone of G2 has pushed in towards Palace. Saw is finding the freebie onto Rops. And from here on out, this is anyone's round.
Yeah, they're actually going to opt to just stand shoulder to shoulder and look to reroute. Do they go back through Palace? Do they go try and all pedal back through the B halls? I think that's going to be the case here, and try and take that one-on-one. Now, Heavy God has that AWP. So his position, sitting at short, will shortly here, and the rotator will be coming through. So they're going to be ready for this. If they can get into this side, even better, but there's nothing to dissuade him off the lines at the moment. He misses that first opportunity. But
oh, he misses the shot as well. Oh, no. Plan starts to go down. Saw getting the sprays out. The coach will do it. He might even be able to clutch out this round. Flamesy. An opportunity with 10 seconds on the timer. Shut down. Saw comes out with the 3K. And it's a third found for G2 now.
Oh, Saw getting it done. Okay. Now they've activated the coach. I was wondering where Flamesy picks up to, and I think it's been resolved by that replay.
This round is really bleeding down. 30 seconds to go. 10 soldiers in the server still. Yeah, it needs to be a bit of a decision, Vitality, and it can't just be walk into the crosshairs of this AWP because they are stacked on this A site right now. G2 going on in, a missed shot. Flame Z trying to crack them on open, but trades come out. 10 seconds, you need to really force your hand at the moment. You've got the covering fire, sure, but it's Saw to come on through the smoke again. Is he going to be able to do it? 5 seconds. The plant is, there's just no time to get the plant. They need the kills and they get the kills. Are you kidding me? By the skin of their teeth, Vitality will come back with that one and will equalize at the half, 6 apiece.
Well, it's going to start off with a train of Glocks running down mid. Going to stream on into connector too, is that, well, Pinter will come through. Heavy God's actually pressed. Does get the job done, and now A is under a lot of pressure right now. Mezzy just going to be sitting at sandwich, and hopefully he doesn't lose his lunch. As now, he's going to pivot on a dime, does find Heavy God now, and retakes the position too. So this is actually now a 2v2 with that bomb down in the A site.
He's done well, hasn't he? Spotting out where Sun Pius is, just removing him from the equation. Now it's all on to Saw. What is the coach going to be able to do? I don't know if that's a bait attempt for the guy over off yonder at the Tetris, but, well, he's very narrow focused onto Zaiwu at the moment. Gets a bit of a bink onto the face, and it will be smushed in the end by... There's some good timing on the utility so far coming out from Vitality as well. Any of the normal tell timings that G2 might try to execute somewhere are being shut down. It's a good start, though. Heavy got on the Flames.
It is. Now, Mezzy didn't overextend himself, actually digs in, gets the job done. They're going to try and flood this A site. Zaiwu is going to try and step out trash. Nothing.
He's done well, hasn't he? At least good for the trade. Apex quite low in this situation. If Rops doesn't win this duel, there's an opportunity now for G2 to dig a little bit deeper and try to close this one. A bit of safety with the plant. Nothing's going to drop them away from being able to do so. And now in the 2 versus 2, they lose Mattis all on to Sun Pius. Kill leader at the moment in the server. Still see if he's going to be able to hold on to things here for G2. Catches one in transition. Apex caught with his pants down and now knows where Mezzy is, but can't get the job done. Which does mean with defuse, Vitality will increase the scoreline 6-9.
Yeah, City Economy really rolling too, so the buyback, no problem at all. That's a pretty tense one, to be honest with you. I actually didn't think anything, or should I say, I didn't think G2 had any business getting into a post-plant scenario there, right? But that swing frag onto Rops at CT Connector just opens up the site entirely. Will be somewhat light. So we're not going to see too much layering of utility coming out after the initial smokes go through mid. In fact, one of them has missed as well, so that's not going to be good. Zaiwu is just absolutely machining his way through. Head on to the site. They have not checked box. Apex is able to find one, not the second, but he does have a lot of damage done to Sun Pius, who will now have to work his way through this 2 versus 1. He does have bomb in tow, but both Mezzy and Rops are not going to separate too much. However, the situation might actually allow Mezzy. Oh. Okay, Sun Pius manages to get that done.
So for their little efforts and their progression for this new look as well, it wouldn't be too hard done though.
I wouldn't say so. Nonetheless, unfortunate circumstances that we overcome. So it does actually manage to find a trade. Early pressure now being put on by Mattis. He's hoping to try and pull that rotation.
What else do we have, though, for G2 in this scenario? Mezzy spotting out what he needs to. Good for one. Zaiwu, how much will he be able to find now that this AWP can just dance and try to deliver around the site? There's a 2 versus 2 with 20 seconds to go. You've got the time spot on your side as well. Can you survive? Can you buy enough time for Apex to really get his runners on over here? Just playing these off angles around the pillar, trying to keep things entertaining. There is so much time being directed away from this one, but it does not matter because Apex was not spotted.
On G2, if they're going to try and overcome the Inception mode.
Good start.
That was cool.
Still need to make sure that you are dotting all your I's and crossing all your T's in these sort of scenarios as Vitality. G2 aren't going to go down without a fight. We'll still formulate some pretty good ideas as well. If they can capitalize on advantages, then they may still be in for this map. Though that's good allocation from Rops onto Malves. A bit of a headshot angle as well, given up in towards mid. Needs some assistance, but that's not going to come into the play from Flames. He's just off put from this one. And we open up the accounts over at this B site for the plant to go down.
The Symphony of G2.
I'm sorry, Jim, but Twisters on phase and they're gone. There's no turns there.
No, I know this, but if you'll bear with me.
Okay.
Early set of smokes coming out in mid for G2, just setting up that nice default flash there. Does catch Rops off, forces him off the line. So the opener's starting to work their way through.
Ooh. Flamesy has no idea that they've already got up towards Catwalk at the moment, so there might be a bit of a rude awakening for Apex on this site with Mezzy. Util starts to rain on down, and Saw, he's going to get that one stolen by Malves. Now Apex split in decisions on who to take the fight against, and he's just going to get overwhelmed on this B site. This was the lighter investment for Vitality, though, remember, on the back of saving what they could. So it's very well navigated in the end for G2 to only see one casualty here. They will get a little bit closer in the scoreline on Mirage now. And we'll see what tail end damage can come out here from Zaiwu to still keep things a little bit perhaps interesting to the money situation at G2 later on, but that doesn't matter.
You know, tighten our belts, pull our socks up and get this done. This is bleeding out for us. We don't want this, you know, going against us in any way whatsoever. We're trying to build, you know, some confidence heading into the playoff stage. And look, when some Pius is just able to run out mid around their own smoke and do that to you, it's not a good start.
Now, there will be these moments where sometimes Apex will walk out and wonder, why have I just done that? This probably being one of them as well. The AWP getting the better of him and no trades to come on through. We're shooting the ghost of where Sun Pius was earlier on. Finally, Flame Z is going to be able to answer back and get some little chipper damage on towards Malbs, but just passing each other through the smoke. You got to realize, guys, that the A site is just completely absent of the Vitality members. You could have been. There's some smart decision making that is being delivered by G2 though, so that is a bit of a contributing factor. Despite Saw being in this one, which now he won't be in the current present rounds, but hey, bomb blows up, G2 will find the rounds. Malbs won't hold on to his gun.
And look, Flames is in a really good spot here. He could be a real disruption and could get some early info and a rotation.
He's got to find this one, but Sun Pius is aware. Shadow Peeka's advantage right now. Flamesy only good for some extra damage on towards Malbs. The rest of the arsenal, though, coming over for Vitality towards this A site now. It's the overwhelming forces of G2 electing to try and get on in. That vertical flick would have been gorgeous if Zaiwu gets taken down. Favorable advantage now for G2, you would assume, if you missed that grenade that's just come on through. It's risky to try and get that plant down there, Saw. It's just denied. And now it's all on to Heavy God. 30 seconds to go. Can he split the situation? As Mezzy starts to peel on back, he doesn't want to give the opportunity for two one-on-ones. But now you're in the open and you get swung and denied. Vitality hit map point, but it has been a while between drinks to trying to see if he can be offered a free fight. No one really giving him that opportunity at the moment. I say that. I lie. Big fat liar. Mezzy onto Mattis.
Tough angle to clear as well. Rops gets the better of Sumpires.
Oh, and the molly.
Try and get away.
Addis gets ahead of it, but you blink and you miss what Saw is doing. Can Saw bring us to overtime? They have no idea. It's all to the angles. He's got the trigger discipline, but it's only the one. Would he have needed the second here? The reveal for Heavy God with the molly out of the apartments and Valve's up at short. He's extending in towards the side. The jig is up. The positions are known. The sidearm is pulled on out, but can the Deagle of Apex get it done? Yes, it can. You kneecap Heavy God, and Malbs will fall as well. Vitality do get this series in the end, 13-11, but Mirage here was very, very well fought by G2 at the end.